Hi everybody, my name is Camille. I live in the city of Philadelphia and I started this YouTube channel to help people learn how to grow their own food from seed or even buying live plant starts from the grocery store, from Walmart or whatever store you find them from, and just growing them yourself, either in a community garden or in your own backyard, in a small space or in a large space. That's what I'm going to help you guys learn how to do. Yeah, so this is my first video. I'm going to start off by showing you guys how to start your own seeds, okay? The first thing I did was I went to bakercreekseeds.com. So it's rareseeds.com. The company's name is Baker Creek. And I got some really awesome seeds, you guys. Now, I like to grow things that are difficult to find. I like to grow things that are not, that don't look like everything else, okay? So, got some moringa, okay? Now, if you look up the benefits of moringa, you're gonna find that it has a whole bunch of calcium, has a whole bunch of vitamin K. There's just so many benefits to eating moringa, either powdered leaf or the seed. So it grows in tropical climates, but I'm going to try to grow it in a pot. I've done it before, but I didn't bring it inside for the winter, so this time I'm actually going to bring it inside for the winter, okay? Got some giant sunflower seeds. Pretty excited about those. Got some peppers, some Phileas blue peppers. Got some black nebula carrots. Can't wait for those. And some Brazilian starfish pepper. Okay. I have a bit of a problem. So that was my first order. This is my second. Okay. One thing I really like about Baker Creek is that they send you a free package of seeds when you order, with each order. I'm not sure if it varies depending on what part of the season you order the seeds, but with my free orders, I got some cinnamon basil, which I really can't wait. Okay, I got some glass gem corn, which is really cool. As you can see, multicolored. I've got some yellow pear tomatoes. I've got some atomic tomatoes. I am really excited about these. Can you see the color on these? And I've read that they have a very mild tomato flavor. They're pretty sweet. And I just can't wait to eat one of those tomatoes, you guys. And then I got these red sunflowers. Their prices range from maybe like $2 a package of seeds to about $5 a package of seeds. It really depends on the rarity. Yeah, so those are Baker Creek seeds. Now, you can also go to the dollar store and get some seeds from the dollar store. Okay, they're $4 for $1 when you get them from Dollar Tree. So it really it doesn't matter where you get your seeds from, as long as you're starting from somewhere, as long as you're doing something, right? Now, the seeds you get from the dollar store, I would plant them a little thicker than I would with these. So for these cells, we're gonna put maybe 2 seeds per cell. Each one of these little compartments is called a cell. I'm probably going to put 2 seeds per cell just to make sure that we have something growing in there, and the better looking plant we'll keep and we'll pluck the one that's not doing so well, or maybe even separate them if we have a couple that both seeds are doing really well. So there's that. But with the dollar store seeds, I would definitely put maybe 4 in each cell just to make sure, because they're not as good quality, they may not germinate as well. But then I also got some seeds from Walmart, okay? So, got a lot of things. I got some okra, got some parsley, some green onions or scallions, got some dark opal basil. Kind of excited about that. Now I got these Thai purple blush hybrid tomatoes. Eggplants. Looking forward to that. I've got some Chianti hybrid sunflowers. I've grown these before. They are so beautiful. Nice red wine, velvety color. Kohlrabi. But I may not even start them this year. I'm not going to start all of these seeds. I just kind of got carried away. And some tomatoes, some cherry tomatoes. Definitely going to grow some of those. Some mescaline. Right? Just a lettuce mix, pretty much. And some beans. Some royalty purple pod beans. Okay? Now these seeds, like $1.50, they're ranging from $1.44 to $2 per package. Okay, so they're cheaper than the Baker Creek seeds, a little more expensive than the dollar store seeds, but that gives you a bit of a range of the prices of seeds. All right, so that's what we're starting with. All right, now I got this ProHex Professional Seed Starting Tray for $2. I got this for $2 at Walmart, right? So it's getting easier and easier to grow your own food from seed, and to you just buy the live plant starts from either Home Depot or Walmart or wherever you can find them. I know some supermarkets sell them too. So it's getting easier and easier, you guys. Now, with this, I like this because it comes with a lid. Let me open it up for you guys. So that's the tray where all the soil and the seeds will go. You can see it has holes in it. I don't know if you can see that it has holes in it, because you want to make sure that the water can drain out of these cells. Now this is what's going to catch the water. This has no holes. And this I'm just realizing that I'm not sure if this is the Jiffy brand. No, it says Ferrymore. Oh. I think somebody put this tray in this cardboard container so that they wouldn't have to pay full price for it. That's it. I mean, hey, I lucked out, because this was only $1.96, $2. Great for me. So this lid is a humidity dome, and what you would do is put the cells into the tray. That's going to catch the water. After you fill it up with your soil and your seeds, then you put the humidity dome on top, and it makes it easier for everything to stay nice and moist. Because that's the thing about seeds, and starting seeds from home, is that if you're not making sure that your seeds and soil stays moist, they're not going to do well. They're not going to germinate, they're not going to sprout, and you would have been wasting time and money, right? So you want to make sure that everything stays moist, and also it helps it so that you don't have to water too much, okay? So overwatering is worse than underwatering. This makes it so that you don't have to constantly water, but you still want to check every day to make sure that your soil is moist, all right? So these little tabs, right? Now what you would do is just write the name of the seed that you're starting, because there's 72 cells right here, 72 different seeds, right? You want to make sure you keep track of what seed is what. You're not going to be able to tell just by looking at the leaves what it is that you're growing, especially when they first sprout. So it's really helpful to write it down on a tab to let yourself know, and to help yourself remember which seeds you actually planted. All right, and then I like this set right here because it comes in a whole bunch of different colors, so it's pretty cool. This is some seed starting soil. It is natural and organic seed starting mix. Okay. It's 12 quarts, and you can start 2 or 3 of these trays with this. Now let's get started. If you come across any clumps of dirt, you definitely want to go in there and break it up, right? Now another thing to do, another convenient thing to do just to make sure that the soil is moist throughout, is to put your seed starting soil in a bucket or a container and water it that way so that it's already moist by the time you put it in here. But I'm making this video at my sister's house, and I don't want to inconvenience her by asking her for a bucket or container, because looking out here I don't see one that I can use right now, and I don't want to just get this done. Take out any sticks that you see. Okay. Alright, so I filled the tray up with soil. It's nice and even. There's a bit of a breeze today. It is April and it is 72 degrees out here, and it just feels lovely to not have to wear a coat anymore. So some dirt flew in my eye. So just to choose a couple of the things that I'm really excited to grow, or things that, you know, just I know that my family likes to eat. It's another great way to choose things that you need for the seeds that you want to grow. The thing about starting seeds is that you want to look on the back of the seed package, and it's going to tell you things like how many days until you can harvest it, whether it's okay to grow in a container or not. It's going to tell you exactly how to plant the seeds. All right, it's even going to tell you about your time zone. All right, that's a huge thing that you want to factor in. When is it okay to plant certain seeds in my time zone? You can always look online and, you know, look up, see, I live in Philadelphia. You can look up Pennsylvania, or Philadelphia, Pennsylvania's hardiness zone, and that'll let you know exactly what zone you're in and when to plant certain things. I've chosen my Walmart seeds. Another thing to pay attention to when you're starting seeds is whether you should be starting your seeds indoors or outdoors, right? Some seeds just do better when you plant them directly into the ground. Other seeds, you have to help them out and start them indoors so that you can lengthen your growing season. Up here in the Northeast, our growing season is not going to be as long as, you know, Florida's growing season. So things like tomatoes or peppers that take a long time to come to fruit, to bear fruit, you're going to have to give them a head start and start them indoors under a grow light, so that by the time it's May and it's time to bring them outside, you've given them a head start, right? Otherwise, if you directly sow them outdoors, or you don't, you know, give yourself enough time to start them inside, then you won't be able to reap a lot of fruit. You won't be able to harvest a lot of fruit from your plants because they wouldn't have enough time to grow. Okay. I'm going to color code my seeds right now. You don't have to do this, obviously. They sell these at the dollar store too, but they're 10 for $1. For $10 you're only gonna get 100. Now 500 came in this package. I got it on Amazon and it was $13 for 500. So if you plan on growing a lot of food, definitely want to buy in bulk. So I'm going to use pink for my tomatoes. I'm going to label everything first, stick it in the cells, and then plant the seed. And at the end, I'm going to water everything. I need a marker. Okay guys, I'm back. As you can see, I labeled every single cell just to make sure that everything stayed nice and organized and I knew exactly which seed was going into which cell. I packed down the soil. You want to make sure that the roots can grow through the soil so it's not too compact, but you don't want the seeds just floating around in here either. So I packed down the soil. I watered it first so that it can, stay nice and moist. It can be nice and moist. Now I'm going to plant my seeds. Now when it comes to planting seeds, as you can see, this is a moringa seed. It is pretty big. So you want to plant your seeds 3 times as deep as the seed is wide. So since this is a pretty big seed, I want to make sure I bury it nice and deep. Alright, so that's not going to spend a lot of time in that cell. It's going to grow and it's going to need a lot more room pretty quickly, but thank God we are in the beginning of spring. So our chance of frost is getting less and less. Oh, these seeds are so pretty. There it is. So beautiful inside. Plenty of blues and greens and pinks. Can't wait. Great. Now what I'm going to do is add a little bit more soil to top each cell off, because when I watered it, the soil level lowered a little bit. And pat them down a little bit. And you're only patting them down just enough so that the seeds don't, wander around when you water them. Now, I'm going to water again. Now, a lot of people use a spray bottle. You can if you want to. I just don't have one on hand right now, and they'll be fine. What did they do hundreds of years ago before spray bottles, right? That should be good. That should be enough water to last it some time. Okay. So what I'm going to do is take this lid and place it on top, being really careful for my tags, my labels. You just snap this on. See, it's the lid. The lid is the only part that's not of the brand. See, that's what happens when you go to Walmart, y'all. So when you go to Walmart, just make sure the top, make sure all the pieces fit, right? Because this is a Jiffy lid with a Pro Hex tray, and the lid has not snapped on, and it's supposed to, right? And it's not because of the tabs, it's because the lid is slightly too big for the tray. All right, so when you go to places like Walmart or, you know, just any store in general where people like to steal and mess with things, you just want to make sure that all the pieces fit together and that everything is the same brand, because as you can see, this is the problem that I'm having now, where the lid is a little bit too big for the rest of the tray. So it's no big deal. I can get some duct tape or some electrical tape, and tape it all together to where it all fits perfectly. Okay. Now, that is my time. After this, you really just want to clean up after yourself. You don't want to leave any of a mess, obviously. That's it. That was my first video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. One thing I wanted to say, you know, I'm sure you guys are wondering, well, what makes you an expert, right? I'm not an expert. I'm not a gardening expert. However, I have been gardening for the last 10 years. I have gardened in community gardens. I have gardened in backyards. I have built raised beds for myself, for others. I took a course on nutrition. I took a course on herbalism, on the plants that are indigenous to Pennsylvania. So this is becoming my thing, right? I'm not an expert, but I have read a lot of books, and I do have some experience on the topic. And my gardens have been pretty successful. So I really just want to pass on my knowledge, and anything I learn in the future, I want to pass that on too. And I think it's really important that everyone grows their own food. That includes people of color, right? And I just want to bring those numbers up, and bring those numbers up higher, and just let you know that you can do this. You can do this. It may seem overwhelming at first when you see all the things that you have to do, but once you get into it, once you learn the simple ways of doing it, it's so easy, so simple, so easy to do and to get into, and it's super important, right? The food that you get is a lot fresher when you grow it yourself. When you get food from the grocery store, most of the time it has been shipped from somewhere else. It's been on the truck for days, right? After you pluck a fruit or vegetable off of the vine or off of the tree or wherever it's plucked from, after 24 hours, it loses a good amount of its nutritional value. When you grow it yourself, you're eating it right away, so you're getting the most out of your food, right? You know where it comes from, you know where what kinds of fertilizers and plant food has been used to grow it. When you get it from the store, you have no idea where it comes from, right? You have no idea what kind of pesticides or fertilizers have been used to grow that food. So you've got the health benefits, you've got the benefit of knowing where it came from, and then you also have the benefit of being able to create something yourself, right? To grow something yourself and pluck it yourself and say, listen, I grew this. Like, I took the time to plant this seed, and look at this beautiful whatever plant it turned into, So there's so many awesome benefits to growing your own food, and I hope that you take this video and run with it and start growing your own food. All right. Thanks, you guys. Bye.